MTG Gaming here. What's up, baby wolf? Annette Soto. We're here. Me and Jose the Ocho. How you been? How you been doing, baby wolf? We haven't heard from you in a while. Actually, baby wolf is in the comments section.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, and
cool. Hey, good to hear you.
yeah. I don't know if you remember Jose the Ocho, baby wolf. You've been on a call with him before. MTG Gaming
Yeah,
here. What's
first
up,
little
baby wolf?
chats and everything. Good to hear. Even though we've been MIA and everything, and we all know that we had our reasons, right, Miguel? Being MIA, working full time, know how that goes. But yeah, here we go. I mean, there's a lot of topics and a lot of discussions that have been going on the internet. I've been looking at. For starters, guys, I'm gonna definitely acknowledge to Miguel too. I'm giving prayers to the people of Israel that they've been going through a lot
Wait,
of situations.
one second, one second, one
You
second.
know,
Not that good.
are you good right now?
Why is that, baby wolf? Now I'm reading the comments here in my comment section, but continue what you were
Yeah, go
saying.
ahead. Yeah, prayers to the people of what's going on in Israel, Gaza, and everything, man. Hopefully everything gets settled. War's not the answer, guys. And honestly, I think that's something that Miguel and I went through when we lose talents like Burt Young and Three's Company. I know they passed away last week, so
Mm-hmm.
prayers and everything, condolences. But the point
Oh
that Miguel and
yeah.
myself discuss is that get an opportunity to chat with your friends, say what's up to them, hang out with your family, say that you care, because tomorrow's not a guarantee, people, and
Yeah.
don't
That's
take life as a joke, man, with so much shit going on.
hell no.
We're all here for each other. We all do shout outs. We let everybody know we're still around, so
Because I
no
miss.
negative here, but like,
Yeah, she writes in the
go ahead.
comments because I miss my grandpa. Oh yeah, her grandpa actually. I think it's been a year now, baby wolf, since he passed away, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Rest in peace to him. I know. This is how she came on the. I am sorry that I haven't been on the group chat. Oh, it's okay, baby wolf.
Okay. Family comes first, guys. I mean, I was out. I was telling Mike that I was out because my mother was hospitalized, so everything is good, and speedy recovery that we all get. That's why some of us have been MIA with some situations. One thing I wanted to bring you up, Miguel, too. I'm wishing rest in peace to our four Pepperdine girls that we had an incident at Malibu, California, of a car accident. This guy, 11-year-old, was playing Fast Furious. He hit two
One
cars.
second, one second,
The
one
third
second.
car ricocheted and hit the poor girls.
Let me unplug.
Two kind shots, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're back here. Sorry about that.
So anyway, yeah,
What's
I
up?
want you to watch the Blood In, Blood Out, because you were telling me that your brother says that it was bad for your health or something. Who told you that?
No, it was my cousin. He said it was bad. Some
Okay.
things that I wasn't able to see when
Also,
I
now
was a
you
kid.
want to. Right now, you're curious to definitely see what you want to see in the storyline. I will tell you, Miguel, it is 3 hours long, so you want to get into it. Yeah, I just want to give you that heads up. I'm not giving you any spoilers, but the only thing I can say this, Miguel, is this: enjoy the movie, okay?
I probably might
That's all I
will.
gotta say. Enjoy the movie, okay? Yeah. So, and oh yeah, ToonCon was okay.
Tell
I
me
told you,
about
Frank
it.
Knight, Woody Woodpecker, Bugs Bunny. It was a reunion of Nickelodeon and the Odd Parents. So it was a pretty big thing, but I didn't get a chance to go see the Mick Foley because the ToonCon took my time of the Mick Foley thing. But I really don't sweat it, Mike, because I already seen Mick Foley before.
Yeah.
But with so many meet and greets that California's having, now you have to choose where to go or where you're going to be invested on or something. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know about your community town, Miguel, but right now, California, if you've been seeing anything on the internet, it's been having more meet and greets than ever.
Oh, we got a comment. What are you doing? Oh, we're just here talking, Baby Wolf. We're just here talking about some topics. That's what me and Jose do a lot, and we talk about funny stuff, you know, and music. You know, just like we're just having fun on here. That's all we're doing pretty much. I would do the group chat call on MTG Gaming, but right now Brian can't join us and everybody else cannot join us. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what we're just basically.
Bound for Glory?
Huh?
Are you watching Bound for Glory later? Are you watching Bound for Glory?
No, I'm not.
Impact's WrestleMania.
No, I'm not. Bro, I haven't kept up with Impact in a while, but I might start watching it again because they're bringing back TNA, and I hope they bring back the six-sided ring. So yeah, baby Wolf, we're just here chilling.
Congratulations to Don West, Hall of Fame. Congratulations to him. Just to give you guys a little heads up from
and
what
Mike
I watched.
Tenay.
But if you ever get the chance to go to YouTube and watch the clips, check it out. That's all I can say.
And Mike Tenay inducted him. That was the right person to induct him.
Well, so TNA, I mean, Impact, TNA, whatever we want to call it, but it's
I've always
Congratulations for EC3 still retaining his world champion, man. Join the narrative. Join the narrative, Miguel.
I've always still called it TNA, and and now that it's cool that they're doing it's cool that NWA Power got a TV deal now. Now they're not on Fight Network no more.
Yeah, it is. I mean, now people get to watch more, and you know, you get to see the former ex-WWE stars perform and see how much they can get over and own companies and everything. Here's one question that I want to discuss, because this was a recent topic. Now, I read on the internet too, and I saw some video clips, Miguel. Did you see the video clip about Sasha Banks supposedly went out on a fan and asked her questions, and Sasha said this and that or something?
I
did. You know anything about that, and what reports have you heard, or did you get a chance to sit down and see it or read it?
Yeah, I did see the video. Some dumbass asked her, why did she leave WWE? And they said, and the fans was like, I heard you left because of creative issues. And then she went off on him and saying, really? Is that what you heard? Is that what you heard? And then she was like, blah blah blah. Like she basically like made him shut up, something like that. Like I've seen the clip of it.
Yeah.
And. Yeah, it was just a dumb idiot that was just trying to get info.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you've been to so many meet and greets, and I want to probably ask you your experiences. Have you witnessed anybody definitely go for dumb questions that really you don't want to really ask the talents, that the talents don't want to hear? And in your situation, when it comes to you in the meet and greets with these talents, how do you operate for you to connect with them and anything? Instead, I mean, being very cautious not to try to ask them what they don't want to hear or anything. Not like that knucklehead did, you know. I mean, you were at WrestleCon, so what was your experience there? Maybe the listeners and the viewers can tell you that. I mean, they can learn from us.
I have not heard any fans ask these talents or any of these actors any stupid questions. I don't recall that. And actually, I don't think I've ever seen that at all. And
what do you do in your position, you know, when you go and stand before them and meet them? Like saying, if you're going to meet Hulk Hogan or Sasha Banks. I mean, you met Hulk Hogan, you signed your belt. How was your...
To cut you off. Yo, Ryan was trying to talk to me, but I didn't answer him. Oh, Baby Wolf, me and Brian, we don't fuck with him at all, and we don't like him. Me and Ryan, we don't fuck with Ryan anymore. He's not even on the group chat no more. I mean, if you want to hear what happened, just on the hopefully you join us in the next call so we can tell you what happened.
Or he'll inbox you like he did me, so he'll tell you in the spare time.
Yeah, but people on this channel knows about. Wait, yeah, I know. Yeah. People on this channel knows about it. People have seen my videos of that one video where I went off on him, and that was the last live stream he ever been on. This was like 6 months ago when we stopped talking to him. And Ryan was always to talk to me, but I don't answer his texts or his calls. Yeah, that's what Baby Wolf said. Ryan's a fucking loser. Just to let you know that, Jose. And I don't care if he hears this. What you call? He's a pussy. Me and Brian don't like him because he tried to break up me and Brian's friendship. And this girl that's commenting down below, um, he made up a lie about her. She knows this. It's on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
She knows this.
Yeah.
He made up a lie about Baby Wolf that's in the comment section, talking about she liked it him, which was all bullshit. So yeah. So yeah, that's why she's commenting on here. I am done with people like him. Oh, that's good. That's good. So we are. So yeah, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah, what was the experience topic when you face Hogan, and how's your reaction? Something. I mean, anything to prevent, not to offend, to give a question that they don't want to hear. I mean, something that maybe we can learn from you. You know.
I mean, I always ask stuff about their careers. I always tell them that what my favorite moment is from them. I always tell them, just what are my favorite moments for them. Do their lines, their catchphrases, because they like that. And when I met Hulk Hogan, I said I'm a Hulkamaniac for life, and I was super nervous to meet him because it's Hulk Hogan, you know, because Hulk Hogan's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and it was really cool meeting Hulk Hogan. And just not too long ago, I was watching Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals when the Heat was playing against the Celtics. My cousin called me through video call, and she got me to talk to his son, Nick Hogan, which was cool. And Hulk Hogan was really cool. Really enjoyed talking to him. He was. We only had like a 1 or 2 minute conversation because you know at meet and greets you're supposed to have a little bit time with them, like a little conversation with them. And so that's what's been going on, you know. And that was my experience. So meeting Hulk Hogan was a cool experience. Signed my world heavyweight title, and he was very cool to talk to. And you know, but if I want to like talk to them about like they're just regular people, I know how to do that. Like I don't ask them personal shit, you know. Like I just keep it fun, you know. Just keep it fun. Just like how I do with these Power Rangers, like the Psycho Red Ranger. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And
they don't want to like, because I learned that there are some talents that don't want to hear about, you know, why they left WWE or why they left AEW, why they left wrestling. I don't know. It just feels like you calculated that they just don't want to hear that, unless if they left in good terms, bad terms. We don't know. Only they know.
I mean,
and honestly, I think what that fan did with Mercedes, I mean, I don't think it's really such a good call that you want to ask her or anybody, any talent, that question, what you want to do.
I mean,
I think that's a good call, like the way you did. You want to share the wrestling moments and the feuds and the storylines they had. I think they're more comfortable when you tell them that. But I'm not going to go and say, hey, Mr. Kennedy, why did you leave WWE? I heard people say that you're not a safe guy. Then that's a stupid thing to do.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. I mean, if you want to ask why they left this or why they left that, I just say, why did you leave? I don't tell them, why did you leave? Because I heard da-da-da-da-da. I don't tell them that. I just say, why do you leave?
Yeah.
And, like, I did that with Gangrel. I asked Gangrel one time, why did you leave WWE? And he was like, oh, because I had a real bad neck injury and they decided not to renew my contract and this and that. So they just basically released him and had nothing for him. So that was the reason why he left. So if I ever ask people why they leave this TV show or why did you leave WWE or leave this company or leave this NBA or NFL or MLB team or whatever, I always ask, why did you leave? I don't say, oh, I heard you left because of this. No, I don't do that.
Yeah, which I think it means that I think fans should be very careful how, you know, you're going to approach these talents and try to be very simple with the questions with them. But I think the idea that you have is good, that you said, oh, yeah, you and Sasha Banks and Bayley had a very good long feud. That was good moment. I enjoy that match. You know, you come up with things like that. Is like you said, that makes him feel good, you know. Or you want to talk about how Hulk Hogan and the Mega Powers exploded. That was a good main event. Bam. Of course he's going to want to hear that from you, you know.
Oh, look who's on here.
People have to be very careful with it.
Pause. Look who's on here. It's good to see you back on here, man. Hope you're doing good. And I heard that and I saw that you moved out of Pahokee, and I hope you're doing well, bro. Good to see you on here again, man. Comment down below what you got to say to me and Jose the Ocho. Now go ahead, Jose.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, you got to come. I think you know, we learned that we got to be a little very cautious about it and
Oh yeah,
things
absolutely.
like that. And one thing I think people have to understand, there are some talents that are not very big on making physical contact for you to put your arm around them. Some of them will ask you, you know, can I put your arm around you? I'm like, cool, I'm fine. You know, I'm trust. But there are some that are not too big on that. Any experiences you had on that, Miguel?
No, I mean, wait, repeat the question. I'm sorry.
No, when you know some of the talents are not very too big for you to, you know, put your arms around them or hug them or anything, because especially when it comes to the women talent, it's a little more like an issue because there's always some people that will do it the wrong way, you know, and then of course as a woman you're gonna feel uncomfortable. It's like, well, why this guy's reaching to my ass or something like that. But you know, I can respect that. I remember when I met Sasha Banks, I learned that, you know, she's not really too big on physical contact. So what I did was I go, hey, Sasha, can I do the boss sign? And she was like, oh, cool. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the things I told everybody that made her feel good. That if you do something that, you know, that she's in a distance relate, then, you know, she's cool about it. But if you hard on people, feel like you can't put your arm around her, I'm sorry, guys, that's too bad. That's her decision. Why argue and debate this person? You know what I mean? She ain't gonna go hang out with you or anything, you know?
Yeah, I know. And I never done that with anybody at any meet and greets that I've been to. I don't try to hug them or none of that. No, I don't do that. Because I don't know them. I just look at them as talents. Hey, look at Jose Ro in the look at JJ Ro in the comment. I'm in love with Rhea. He's in love with mommy. JJ. JJ's in love with mommy, Jose.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. Speaking of mommy, let's have a Judgment Day topic.
Oh Lord, I can't wait.
Favorite topic, because you want to hear from me, man.
Yeah, of course I want to hear from you, because I know you're not a
mommy and shit like that.
Because I know you're not a Judgment Day fan, which is fine. But
yeah, I'm not, guys, and I'm not happy with the Judgment Day. But I will bring up this thing that I have been seeing with my own eyes, and probably maybe you may agree with me. Now, I read that they say that right now Vince McMahon doesn't have any authority on creative, and then they gave it to Paul Levesque. Now, Paul Levesque, supposedly he's in charge of creative, and booking the matches. So what I've been seeing, and I don't know if you've been seeing what I've been seeing, if you've been watching Raw for the last 4 weeks, the matches have been decent, and what do you think of that? Have you seen any decent matches?
Yeah.
That you might feel like you enjoy watching, and you haven't seen any hiccups? What have you seen so far in the last 4 weeks that Triple H came back in creative?
I mean, for the last few weeks, I've been flipping back and forth between Raw and the MLB playoffs, so I haven't really checked out. I mean, the only match that I can recall seeing, because I don't even remember what happened on Raw 2 weeks ago, even though I watched it. The only thing that I can recall seeing is how the way Cody and Jey Uso lost the tag titles against Damian Priest, and that's the only match I can recall seeing. But I ain't gonna lie to you, all the matches in the main event with the Judgment Day and with Kevin Owens and Sammy and with Cody Rhodes and all them, it's actually been good. Their matches has been good.
Yeah, I've been seeing like decent matches. That's why I want to ask Miguel this question: how the match has been for the last few weeks? Have they been very decent to you, or maybe there's some little hiccups that probably might have put you to sleep or make you switch the channel or something? But from what I saw in my own eyes, the matches were like a bit decent. I mean, I did enjoy the Gunther and Bronson main event. You know, you really got to give it that right there.
Oh, I didn't even watch that.
I mean, a lot of people were expecting.
Because I knew.
Oh, you gotta watch it. Just watch it enough.
Yeah.
I mean, my part, I did enjoy watching it, but you know, this is kind of one of those storylines that maybe Gunther is overcoming so many odds, and they probably want him to be a long IC champion. What do you predict on that on him?
I mean,
he's overcome so many obstacles.
I mean, I knew Bronson Reed wasn't gonna beat Gunther, and I knew Bronson Reed wasn't gonna beat Gunther. I wasn't really too invested in that one, because I kind of knew it was gonna be a solid match, but I knew that Gunther wasn't gonna lose, you know, and so
because people find it intimidating normally that Bronson Reed is a big guy, and then they're gonna say, oh, Gunther's in trouble because He's dominant. It's almost like if you're talking like a King Kong Bundy or a one-man gang. But now I agree with you that you were not invested in him because, I mean, here's my question to you.
Oh, wait.
Do you feel like...
Jose wrote in the comments, Gunther is a bad motherfucker. Yeah, he is. Gunther is a bad motherfucker. I will say that, but...
And he's so invested. I even was invested as Walter because he's still Walter to me.
Yeah, he will always be Walter to me. And do you see him being a WWE champion in the next few years?
Yes, I do.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I would probably want him to win the Rumble.
I would honestly want LA Knight.
I don't think I need
LA Knight to win the Rumble.
I don't mind LA Knight either.
I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble. That I don't want to see.
No, I can't really. I'm not feeling any more about Cody no more. I mean, I think maybe Cody wants to be a Grand Slam champion. He already became a tag team champion already. He was a U.S. champion. He was an Intercontinental champion.
Wrong. I don't think he was a U.S. champion. And in his first years in WWE...
Wasn't he a U.S. champion?
No, I don't think so. Hold on, wait. Let me look that up.
Check his stats about championship stats. What championships did he have besides tag team?
He had the Intercontinental champion.
Because I know he's been multiple tag team. Okay.
He was.
What about the U.S.?
Let me see U.S.
Check for U.S.
Honestly,
if I'm mistaken,
that U.S. title right now would honestly look good on him.
So the thing is, in general, he never became a U.S. champion.
I don't think so.
But he was the IC, right?
I don't recall him ever being United
States. The IC, I do believe, because remember, he changed
was.
the logo.
Yeah,
remember, he changed the logo.
Yeah, he was the IC champion, but let me see we're United States champion.
Yeah, nope. Let's see if he was a U.S. champion.
He was never U.S. champion. Nope.
Never was?
Nope.
And multiple tag team with Legacy and Hardcore Holly. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm. And...
I mean, that's how he started anyway. That's how his push started, you know.
Yep.
Well, anyway. Now...
But that U.S. I hope he wins the U.S. title.
Have to...
I just... Can you imagine the American Nightmare outfit with the U.S. title? It would honestly look good on him. But keep going.
It goes with him.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of the U.S. title... I do not want fucking Logan Paul winning the U.S. title.
I don't want him either.
I will be pissed.
So would I. And honestly, bro...
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
If I want Rey Mysterio to lose it, let it be against his LWO guys, you know, Legado del Fantasma, all these guys. I don't care if it's Theory or Bobby Lashley. And...
No, not Bobby.
I don't care, Miguel, if it's Dominic. Okay? But no Logan Paul. That's
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I don't want Bobby Lashley to win the U.S. title ever again. He's too good for the U.S. title. He should be He should be the WWE.
It's beneath him, yeah.
Yeah, he should focus on being either the Universal or World Heavyweight Champion, because Bobby Lashley is way too good for that. I can't have an
outsider YouTuber beating Mysterio, because then that's going to put him lost in the shuffle as a Hall of Famer and a career thing. I am so totally against that. That's why I was telling people, I don't care anybody from the locker room will take it away from Ray. I don't care if it's Dominic. Let him do it. But I don't want Logan. That's all I got to say. Mm-hmm. Anybody agrees or disagrees, then that's on you guys. But I don't want Logan Paul in it.
I don't want Logan Paul to win either, but... Yeah, I don't want some guy that... If he was a full-timer, I probably wouldn't mind, but since he's not a full-timer, no.
Yeah.
And...
No, you're just, shitting on the locker room to me,
Yep. And
honestly, I don't think Triple H, Paul Levesque is not really that big on that booking, because it was never his idea to bring Logan Paul anyway.
Yeah, it was a Vince McMahon idea, yeah.
It was never a Paul Levesque move. I tell people, I may have my disagreements with Paul Levesque, but there are some good points and decisions he does make. That's all I agree with him professionally, okay? I don't need to be a big fan of them. You gotta respect what they deliver,
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, I want that U.S. title in my belt collection.
Are you planning to buy that belt?
Yeah, I want to buy that one, and I want to buy the Wing Eagle WWE champion. Those are the two belts I want.
How much you think they're asking for that belt?
Well, for the WWE Wing Eagle 309, I was looking on WWEshop.com earlier, and for the United States title, it's like 349, but it's worth it because the plates are very thick and it's very realistic. That's why I want that belt. At first, I hated it, but now I like it.
Yeah, no, it looks. I like how the way the United States is well designed. You know.
Yeah, so do I.
Looks pretty good on it.
But this will always have the key to my heart right here. Okay. This will always be the best one. Well, one of the best ones. I will always have this in my heart.
Oh, you know that John Cena put that belt over on every open challenge.
Mm-hmm.
He always had an open challenge. Now, speaking of John Cena, do you feel like he's gonna retire or anything? I mean, because I feel like WWE doesn't have anything for him. I mean, I just feel like he wants to move forward to other stuff. I mean, you think he doesn't need to be there? I mean, they're only using him, you know, to see if we can put people over. But what do you think?
I mean, what is there else for John Cena to prove? I mean, I would love to go out. I would love to see him keep wrestling more and more. I mean, there's some opponents that probably anybody wouldn't mind losing to, and there's people that still want to wrestle him. And Gunther is one of them. Can you imagine if John Cena puts over Gunther?
Oh, yeah.
That would be good for him.
I wouldn't even mind it at all. And probably John wouldn't even mind it because if John's saying if they're invested in Walter, might as well put him over, you know.
And I wouldn't mind seeing John Cena go up against guys like his old rivalries like Sheamus. I wouldn't mind seeing him wrestling against wrestling against a few more people, or like Ludwig Kaiser.
Well, he said he wants to close it out with Randy because you know they always had storylines.
That would be a great way.
But I don't know. I don't know. Do you consider that like a good ending? Because that's how Batista and Triple H ended their story. You know, Batista just wanted to finish it up with Triple H, win or lose. You know. I mean, I don't know if John Cena wants that same proposal, and if Randy wants that same proposal too, if they want to finish up together. I thought he was going to finish it up with Adam Copeland, but then Adam just, you know, he's with Christian Cage, and, you know, he told him, go fuck yourself, and that's the only storyline we know.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, to be honest.
You gotta love Christian Cage, man. I love his fucking promos, his prick heel promos, dude.
Yeah, he is a good heel promo, and I haven't been watching AEW in a while. But I did see this clip. They were hugging each other. Go fuck yourself. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm watching it, because Christian is really stealing the show, dude. He's giving the TNT belt some importance, dude. I'll say that right now.
Agreed.
And keeping Christian in a very good heel prick moment, it's good, dude. That's the only thing that's keeping AEW over, because you got Christian giving it some importance to the belt and his heel heat. And him and Adam Copeland have a very good storyline, because he told them, they fucking cater you, they never cater me. So the story goes well with Edge and Christian right now. You know?
Yep. Yeah, it goes, and it makes a lot of sense, and so yeah, I mean, yeah, Christian.
I just feel like maybe Adam and Christian have like their own creative freedom to make a story out of their feud. I mean, that's what I've been seeing for the last couple of weeks, man. You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I haven't been watching AEW in a while. I just cannot get into it no more. A lot of old faces are there, and I still can't get into it. I know Sting is there, one of my favorites. The Hardy Boys.
He's gonna retire, you know that.
Yeah, I know. And
I don't know who is he gonna finish the match to? Maybe Darby. Does he want to finish it with him? I don't know.
Hopefully with Darby. I did see that they announced that I saw a clip on AEW on YouTube channel. I did see a clip that he's gonna announce his retirement. That he announced his retirement. He said his final match is gonna be at Revolution. And I hope it's with Darby. But like I said, AEW is still unwatchable for me. Like, I know Sting is there, the Hardy Boys is there, All these guys I loved back in the day are still there. Edge Christian. I still can't get into it. I know Rob Van Dam is there now, and I still can't get into
Going
it.
against Hook.
Yeah. Oh, like father, like son, because he had a little rivalry with his daddy back in ECW.
With that.
Yeah.
So they have a story right now, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you call?
So they have a story. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what. So yeah, it still hasn't really been watchable for me. So I don't know.
Well, honestly, you know, I got a chance to see Dynamite on that Tuesday. I didn't bother to go see NXT because you know how much I feel about NXT. I don't want to see it. And I don't know what good does it do that you're going to bring John Cena and The Undertaker in NXT, because to me, when WWE put NXT against AEW at that Tuesday, that's what you call it, a desperate attempt.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put out Tony Khan? Let's bring in The Undertaker. Let's bring in John Cena. That was just called a desperate attempt. And then you bring Jay Cargill doing teases if she's going to go to NXT, to Raw, or SmackDown. Still called desperate attempt. So I knew NXT was going to win. And I knew Tony Khan was going to lose. And I agree and trust Eric Bischoff that when it comes to Tony Khan, he doesn't want to be helped. So that's why probably Bischoff said, fuck him, I'm not going to help him. But, you know, what the heck. And Chris Jericho brings up a very good point. He said he's been working for billionaires all his life, all his career and his wrestling career. And one thing he does not do is one thing. Do not get in their way. Just wrestle, work, and get paid.
Yep.
And he does bring a point, because in a job, I hate to say it, people, you lost the boss. That's all it is. And I think that was the message that, you know, Chris Jericho brought. He doesn't want to get in nobody's way. Brings a point. I mean, if you want to win a pink slip, be my guest. Go double cross your boss, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, and even Brian is trying to convince you to watch NXT, but I know you're not doing it.
No, I'm not. I saw it on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, John Cena was trying. Now, speaking of Braun Breaker, because you and I had Braun Breaker discussions, when is the time for Braun Breaker to go main roster? Does he look ready, or is it the time, or not the time yet?
Absolutely.
What's your take on Braun Breaker for main roster?
Absolutely, he's ready, bro. I want him to go to the main roster now, and he's the guy that could kick. He's the guy that should kick Gunther's ass for the U.S. title. He's beaten Gunther before in NXT, so why not have him beat Gunther for the IC title?
Is that mean what you're trying to say, Miguel? Do you want him to start as a mid-card, or just jump ahead to the world champion to defeat Seth Rollins? Anything like that, or is it just too soon for us to predict that from him?
It's too soon for us to predict that from him.
So mid-card would be his best move right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to definitely put him on main roster-wise.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and he's the perfect guy to beat Gunther's ass. And the guy can talk, he has a future. And I said this before, I think him and Solo Sikoa in the next few years are going to be the two tops. Braun's going to be the very top babyface, and Solo's going to be the very top heel.
And I feel like they can do good feuds because, you know, both of them have stories. Do you remember WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers versus the Steiners?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That brings a story right there.
It makes sense. Hey,
Steiner and a Head Shrinker right there. You know, that brings a storyline right there.
My uncle and my dad fought both of your uncles at WrestleMania.
There you go. You know. Now, my reason was, I don't know why you needed to bring The Undertaker on NXT. For what?
To increase viewership. That's all they were doing.
And, you know, when it comes to ratings for Tony Khan and Vince McMahon, they're the only two people that have to care about it because of all TV network numbers. But when it comes to us, the fans, we don't care about ratings. We just want a good show. Ratings do not concern fans. We only concern is a good show, good match, and good booking, and good storytelling. But ratings don't mean nothing to fans.
If you look at it like that,
that's what I discovered about what ratings are about, you know.
If you look at it like that,
Tony Khan and Vince McMahon are the only political, economic guys that care about it more than you and I. That's all I gotta say.
If you look at it like that, yes, but the reason why the ratings kind of proves how bad wrestling is. Like, let me tell you what. Back in the day, the Attitude Era, they always got 10 million, 9 million people watching. And over the years, they were losing. I mean, ratings are for stats, you know?
Yeah.
It tells you that how bad the product has gotten for every wrestling company.
Yeah.
So
but you as an owner would be concerned because your numbers are going down. I can understand that part, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just that the viewership kind of dictates on what people like the most. So that's the thing that I will say about ratings. Like it kind of it makes the ratings numbers and all that makes it factual on how much people are watching or how much people like this product or how much people like that product. That's one thing I will say about ratings.
Yeah. I saw one from a podcast from Eric Bischoff, and what WWE and AEW did on their ratings, that they had 5 million viewers, and you brought up a good one just right now, just a minute ago, that the numbers they made was not enough. Because the Monday Night Wars with Raw and Nitro were 10 million viewers, and NXT and AEW had 5 million viewers. So what does that tell you? We were more interested in the Monday Night Wars than this so-called Tuesday Night Wars, whatever you want to freaking call it.
Yeah, and the
Eric
WWE...
Bischoff saw the stats, you know what I mean? Saw the numbers, like the way you're talking about.
Yeah, like, the Raw was always gaining 11 viewers. WCW Nitro was only gaining 2 million when they started winning. But at first, WCW was winning that war. They were beating them, not barely, they were beating them by a lot. WCW was a real competition to the WWF. Not AEW.
Because I feel like you even brought another point in a previous topic that the numbers are not enough to have a Tuesday Night War or whatever, or Wednesday Night War, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
That the numbers are not enough because people are DVR their programs. So there is no channel surfing. So what I did, I watched Dynamite, and then I DVR NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the viewers were winning more than the brands. So I can't consider this a war because you can't compare it to Monday Night Wars. Monday Night Wars, I was channel surfing. I can tell you that. But I'm not channel surfing at this decade, at this new generation, and this new change. No. I can DVR you, and I can watch Brian, and then I can go back and watch you.
Yeah.
So I would not call it channel surfing.
But
because you know how much the technologies expand, and you know what the benefits are.
Well, true, but I was trying to ask another question. I forgot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was trying to ask another question. I was trying to ask another question. I forgot. I forgot what it was. Keep going.
Oh, okay. No, we were still talking about the ratings. But like I said, you do bring up a point. The numbers that you just said earlier, that the Monday Night Wars had 10 million viewers, and today's war had less than 10 million viewers. And it makes a lot of sense what you and Eric Bischoff brought.
Mm-hmm.
This was not a competition. I don't care what they say. That's all I got to bring up.
Oh, yeah. I never saw this as a competition.
But they do.
Mm-hmm.
They do, okay?
Yeah.
But
the smart marks. They
so
see this as a competition. The smart marks.
They made a competition, you know, so. And every time when there's a pay-per-view in Chicago, like saying Impact's going to, you know, Bound for Glory in Chicago, and the Survivor Series is going to be in Chicago, you know what they talk about? Phil Brooks, CM Punk making an appearance. What do you think of that? Are you getting tired of hearing it?
I don't think he's showing up.
Is it getting boring?
It's getting old.
Is it getting annoying?
It's getting annoying. He's not coming back. I'm telling people, well, it's going to be in Chicago. I know the rumors are heating up, though. Oh, well, he might come back. You know why? They have a new ownership. He's in good relationship with Endeavors. The UFC likes him. And it's in his hometown, Chicago. I know Vince McMahon ain't gonna like him because Vince McMahon does not like him, and neither does Triple H. But he's gonna cause problems like he does in AEW, and I wouldn't be surprised if he starts causing problems in WWE.
It'll be interesting if he does make an appearance in Impact, because they say Impact was the first one that reached out to him, but unfortunately Impact cannot afford him because normally that CM Punk is asking for so much on his contracts wherever he goes. So I don't think Impact would not be an issue unless if they're paying him for maybe one night stand appearance, but that's about it. I think that's the farthest Impact's gonna go if Impact makes that move, but not permanent talent. That's all I gotta say about Impact.
Yeah. And what do you think about Impact
I don't think
bringing
Impact
back?
doesn't want to grow his seat yet, but
Yeah. What do you think about them bringing back TNA? TNA. I'm so excited. I'm gonna watch it again.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I read that Impact is keeping an eye on Shelton Benjamin.
Why not? They can help them do something. Yeah.
Because of the sake of Charlie Haas. So maybe there can be a Team Angle or World Greatest Tag Team reunion. And believe me, Charlie Haas needs Benjamin right now on Impact.
Absolutely, yeah. I would love to see that.
I mean, I have observed Charlie Haas in WWE. He can't do anything by himself as a mid-card, as an individual. But when him and Benjamin unite, he's very over. So soon as no compete clause gets, they want Benjamin.
He's a Marty.
They want Mustafa Ali because of the exhibition, and there's always a lot of cruiserweights, so I think it fits in for Mustafa Ali. They may get Madcap Moss and Emma, because Emma is the face of Impact.
Yep.
So she'll recruit her husband there.
Yeah, and
they'll do well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be cool to see Madcap in Impact. I mean, it would. And let's see. And damn, what I was about to say, bro. I hate when I forget when I'm about to say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it.
It'll pop in anytime soon. It'll pop in for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't wait for these compete clocks. Okay, let me try to bring another one for you because this really interested me last night.
What's that?
I think there's going to be a battle of GMs.
Yeah,
with
there
Nick
is. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, yeah.
I like it.
I do too.
Yeah, I like it already. Because the way he said it, let the games begin. Guys, let's not forget, Bishop and Stephanie, or Teddy Long or Bishop, or Paul Heyman and Bishop. Mm-hmm. This is going to look good.
It is.
If Triple H is letting this is going to be good, GM versus GM.
I want to see that. We haven't seen that in a good minute.
Do you want him to make a Raw appearance if you want to make a story?
Absolutely.
With brand versus brand. Because the Survivor Series is around the corner. There's always Raw versus SmackDown or something like that.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't mind if Nick Aldis would make his appearance at Raw?
No, not at all. But do you think Nick Aldis will wrestle for WWE anytime soon?
It's possible because WWE always has that old saying that goes never say never, and I think probably Nick Aldis wants to probably maybe end his chapter there and have a good resume, and I feel like he's very functional with the staffing there. It looks very good for him. See, that was Tony Khan's loss of losing Nick Aldis, because Nick Aldis wanted to be in charge of creative in AEW, and honestly, Tony Khan shot himself in the foot. You lost yourself a good creator.
Yeah.
Tony Khan. He was a champion in NWA.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing some matches in Impact. He was a Ring of Honor. Now his final destination, WWE. I don't mind it. I am liking what I'm seeing about Nick Aldis right now. And this with Battle of the GMs, it's just looking good.
I like how it's looking as well. And I'm excited, for another where they're bringing back SmackDown versus Raw. But here's one thing: are they still gonna do WWE drafts? Because now that Kevin Owens is on SmackDown now, are they gonna do WWE drafts now?
I think so because I mean, if you got two GMs, I think you are considered that you have a brand split.
Yeah.
Except if you're the champion, the tag team champions. Now, speaking of tag team champions, when are we gonna see the tag team division as it is? Because Judgment Day, Cody and Jey Uso and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they are not a tag team. I'm getting tired of these individual guys winning tag team champions. Where's the Road Raiders? Where's the New Day? Where are the Street Profits? Yeah. Bring back those tag teams, man. I'm tired of these individual stars being a tag team, and they're freezing up the tag team division.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
The New Day and the War Raiders, what are they fighting for? That's my thing.
Yeah, I don't like seeing tag match. They've been doing this recently, WWE. I don't like seeing tag team matches that has no titles involved. I don't like that. Even back in the day, I don't care.
Yeah, and I don't even know what are these tag teams fighting for? That's what I don't understand. The tag teams are hostage by the Judgment Day, Cody, Jay, and Sami and Kevin.
Yeah,
they are not a tag team, people.
No, they're not. Honestly, I wanted the Viking Raiders to beat the Usos besides Kevin and Sami.
After the Usos, they just hasn't been a tag team.
Yep. But I don't want to get too much into wrestling. How about we talk about some football? There's some NFL. There's NFL Sunday tomorrow because this is the first Sunday I'm gonna have off in a while. So let's get into that.
I will say this about last week's game of Bills Mafia because I went to a bar up at Scala to go see the Giants and the Bills.
Yeah.
Here's my take. The Bills Mafia gave the New York Giants a horseshit defense. If you saw that game.
No, I didn't. I was
working. That defense was very fucking horseshit.
The only game that I think
the Giants had us.
The only game
the Giants had us right there.
Yeah, the only game that I was able to see was the Cowboys and the 49ers, and they got beat 40-0.
That's the first time I've seen Dallas being hammered by San Francisco that way.
Yeah.
In the 90s, Dallas and San Francisco would hot potato touchdowns and give themselves a game with Aikman and Steve Young. I don't see it like that anymore.
Mm-hmm. And here's some NFL games tomorrow.
Dallas like an expansion team.
Yeah, and here's some NFL games for tomorrow that I want to know who you think is going to win or not. Okay, Falcons versus Tampa Bay. Who do you got? I got Tampa Bay on this one.
Tampa Bay, because they're still strong. Their defense is still as it is. I really can't say too much with the Falcons because I have not really followed the Falcons, but it hasn't really been too good, and it's just nothing but a rebuilding process with the Falcons. I don't see anybody getting invested in the Falcons right now.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers can be contenders again. It's just that they don't have Tom Brady. They have Baker Mayfield who's doing decent with them, but
their line is good. It's very solid, So let's not forget that.
Yeah, and
I don't need to be a fan to tell you that.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay, it's just that they would have to get a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield if they're going to be contenders again. I think they're going to make the playoffs. They just need a better quarterback like Tom Brady, but I don't know if they'll ever get one like Tom Brady or even with little.
There'll be some available, believe me.
Oh yeah,
there's going to be some major changes.
Yep, and
when this season ends, but right now we're in week number 5 or
I think so. Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
next.
It's still beginning.
Next on the schedule is the Raiders versus the Bears. I got the Raiders on this one.
Yeah, Raiders are okay. The Bears have not really shown too much right now.
No.
There's a lot of injury prone in the Chicago franchise, so
hey,
I say Raiders got this.
Their quarterback is good though, Justin Fields.
Yeah. Oh no, I admit that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next
What's your next one?
Next on the schedule is the Cleveland Browns versus the Colts. I got the Colts on this one.
Colts, Cleveland right now still in the rebuilding process. They need quarterbacks. They need a bit of everything, and
they need everything. They were never that great.
Yeah.
Okay. Next on the list, this is going to be a weird game. The Giants versus the Commanders. I'm gonna go for the Giants on this one.
Giants is the only one because if the Giants almost had us, they got Washington.
Yeah. Let me see here. And Detroit got the Ravens. The Lions have been on a roll, so I'm gonna go with the Lions on this one.
Yeah, I've seen that. I'm very surprised with it. I mean, if you're knocking out Green Bay out of their division, that means this is Detroit's moment.
And then you saw how they beat Tampa Bay last week?
Yeah. I'm very surprised to see that from Detroit getting back. I think it took them a very long time to plant the seats to be the team that they are, the competitive team that they've been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since Barry Sanders retired, you know.
Okay,
and
next.
Eric Kramer was a hell of an outstanding quarterback, you know.
Yeah, next on the list is your Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. I got the Bills on this one, of course.
Yeah. But even though the Patriots have some pretty good defense, guys, you got to definitely be careful with that because Josh Allen has been very sleepy, and I mean, very sleepy this year. I have no idea what the hell's happening with him.
And by the way,
I've been bashing on my own quarterback, Miguel. I'm sorry, Miguel, but I gotta call it in on my own quarterback right here.
Yeah, I've caught it in
Nothing
on.
personal, but he needs. He needs to wake up, Miguel. He needs to wake up.
Yeah,
really.
I've caught out my owner of the Marlins recently, but that's a whole different topic. But let's see. Next on the list is the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. That's gonna be a boring game, but I'm gonna go for the Seahawks on this one.
Arizona's in a roll. Have you seen that?
They
killed Dallas.
Yeah, I saw how they killed Dallas, but how? Oh, let me see their record.
There's a rebuilding process in Arizona. I would not leave Arizona behind, man.
Let me see.
What's their record anyway so far? 'Cause I've been hearing good things about Arizona right now, on baseball and football.
Oh, in baseball, well, they just got their ass beat by Philadelphia Phillies, but we'll get into that later. They're not good. They're 1-5.
What the hell they beat?
The Cowboys. That's the only team they beat. Yeah, and let me see who else is on.
And what do they have tomorrow? What do they have tomorrow, Miguel?
Seahawks. The Seahawks are gonna win.
Seahawks. Okay, what's after that one?
Steelers versus the LA Rams. I'm gonna go for the Rams.
Pittsburgh. I mean, they're always competitive offensively wise, so that's one thing you gotta concern yourself with Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Their line, their tight end, I don't know, it's always been good for years. No matter if they've been under the up and downs. And I hate Pittsburgh, but I gotta admit their offense has always been good.
Yeah.
With or without Bill Cowher or not, it just does not disappoint, you know.
Next is the Packers and the Broncos.
I say Denver's got it. Packers are really not showing after the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, you know.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. The Dolphins and the Eagles.
That's a good game.
I'm gonna go for the Eagles.
I don't know what you heard, Miguel, but I've been hearing a lot about rebuilding over Miami. What do you know so far about Miami, about this whole rebuilding process? Are we? For our concern in our division, we are expecting a threat. But what have you been seeing in your own eyes with the Dolphins?
Well, I'm not a Dolphin fan, so I wouldn't know. And I mean, they're doing good.
Have you heard anything or seen anything or any clips or anything?
Well, they're
convincing you to watch them.
Their running back right now, he's actually on the injured list. Their running back, the Dolphins running back. Yeah, and I said so much shit about the Dolphins over the years. That's why I never was a Dolphin fan, even though I live close to Miami. I was never really a Dolphin. I was never a Dolphin fan because they've always sucked in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And I don't really keep track of them. The only Florida team I support is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's the only Florida team I support because I'm from Florida. And yeah, so I can't really answer that because all my life they've always sucked, and they've never never made me really care to watch them because they've been sucking all these years. Like, no matter who they get in free agency or no matter what good player, anytime they have one good player, they never build a team around them. That's the thing about the Dolphins that I have with the Dolphins over the years. So, yep. So that's
Like I think if you put Tom Brady, that means the results are still the same, right? Doesn't matter who they put, you know.
Or maybe not. If it was Tom Brady,
But then,
maybe.
yeah, because I wanted to ask you, because I was wondering, because you know what, Miguel, it's like I've been hearing from a lot of people, they say, oh, the Dolphins are good, you got to worry about them. I go, let me ask a friend that lives in Florida, and maybe he might heard or seen something that might have got his attention or didn't get his attention, but I really want to hear from his own words, I go. So that's why I was wondering, I was thinking, I thought if Miami did got your attention of so-called new changes or something, you know what I mean?
Nope. I mean, the Dolphins has always been that way.
I mean, we beat them on game 2.
Yes, you guys did. You guys did beat them. And I was, so at the end of the day, I'm not a Dolphin fan, so I know a lot of people are shocked because people see, because you know.
I was just wondering if somebody must have tried to persuade you to keep an eye on them and watch them to see if it was going to attract your attention, if they were going to impress us in this season. But obviously, from the answers I got from you and from what I'm seeing on the clips, then I don't know if this is the team who they are. If I need to worry about yes or no. I mean, in my case, them being in my division, you know.
Game
Go
for
ahead,
tomorrow.
We got questions answered.
The San Francisco 49ers versus the Minnesota Vikings.
I would have to hit San Francisco on this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm going with San Francisco on this one. And it's funny
San
because
Francisco has always been a competitive football team and no stranger to playoffs every single year.
shout out to the four on
I
the
mean,
stream.
one thing I learned about the San Francisco 49ers, and you don't need to be a fan to know this one, that San Francisco doesn't rebuild, San Francisco reloads.
Oh yeah.
And they know how to make good trades. They know how to sign in good athletes, draft everything.
We got a comment.
The only... You go ahead.
Elite writes, "Let's go Niners." Oh, okay, you're a Niners fan. That's cool, Elite.
Yeah.
And I'm a Buccaneers fan, and Jose the Ocho's the Buffalo Bills fan. So yeah, it's funny. The one thing that's funny about the Niners that I had this season was I thought they overhyped Brock Purdy way too much, but they proved me wrong. He's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Brock Purdy. And when they got rid of Trey Lance, who's now on the Cowboys, so yeah.
But they, like I said, they're always a threat, you know, every year. And they are no stranger to playoffs. I mean the 49ers franchise, it's always a team that I think every team, including fans, need to be concerned themselves, because they're never left behind. They're never in the back of the bus. Dude, they're there to play football. I don't care what anybody says. I tell people, you don't need to be a Niners fan to see it. You call it what you see it. You see evidently what San Francisco can deliver to you.
Yep. Yeah, and my uncle is a 49ers fan. He actually witnessed Joe Montana play here in Miami against Miami. He actually witnessed that.
Yeah, the Super Bowl. I saw clips of that one where they beat Dan Marino.
No, it wasn't.
Montana versus Dan Marino.
Well, the game that he went to wasn't a Super Bowl. It was a regular game.
But remember, Miami did lose to San Francisco in a Super Bowl.
Yes, they did. It was 19.
Montana versus Marino. Remember that?
I think it
history.
was around the 80s, around the 1980s when the Dolphins.
82.
Yeah, it was 82 Super Bowl. And Dan Marino, the Dolphins did not build a team around you. None of his teammates are Hall of Famers, so you wasted your years there. You should have went somewhere else.
Except for Don Shula, the coach. He won 2 rings with the Dolphins in the 70s, but that's just the 70s, dude.
Yeah, the 70s, that's the only time the Dolphins was good. I was not even born yet. And the Dolphins,
No.
I've been watching the NFL since 2005-ish. They were never good.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins, they were really not good. And they were really not entertaining to watch.
What's your next game?
That's it for the schedule. But your Buffalo Bills play against my Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week. And I know you guys are gonna kick our ass. I know it.
If Josh gets it together.
If Josh gets it together, yep. Josh gets it together, yep.
So with baseball,
Oh, let's
who
get
do
into
you
the
want to win, the
MLB.
Astros or the Rangers? How do you feel about those two teams?
The Astros are
Because
gonna.
I'm tired of Houston, but unfortunately they are always strong competitive, man. I'm just tired of Houston, Miguel. I don't know about you.
I'm tired of Houston as well, and I hope they don't win the World Series. And Houston, the Rangers beat them 2 straight games in a row on their home turf in Houston at Minute Maid Park. Came back to Arlington, which is right across the street from AT&T Stadium. The Texas Ranger Stadium is right across the street from AT&T Stadium because I was there last year for WrestleMania. And the Rangers lost all their games at home. And now it's 3-2. So the Astros have to win one game to go to the World Series.
Were you surprised that the Dodgers and the Braves got eliminated this quick?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people were really invested and really expected on them. I mean, they say this is the first time that the Dodgers got swept. I mean, did you hear any comments from Brian or anybody? They're major Dodger fans and shit like that?
Bro, absolutely. Bro, I did not expect the Dodgers to get beat by Arizona. Arizona just lost today against Philly. 6-1. They just lost today against Philly. But Philly, I really like how they're playing baseball. They might win the World Series this year.
Did you expect Atlanta to get eliminated? Yes or no?
No.
As well, besides the Dodgers.
No, Atlanta had the best record in baseball.
They were a threat. You know that.
Yes, Atlanta.
They were a threat too.
Atlanta had the best record in baseball, and they still lost to the Diamondbacks, who barely made it to the postseason. And the Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers, and they beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee Brewers had a better record than they did. And by the way, I did see the Diamondbacks here in Miami when I went to a Marlins game. That was my first game of the season. I did see the Diamondbacks, and it was a good game. And it was, I like going to baseball games. So yeah, and yeah, so that was really shocking to see. I had the Dodgers in the back for that one. And if the Dodgers and Atlanta would have advanced into the next round, I would have picked Atlanta over that. But that didn't happen, unfortunately, which is crazy. It's shocking.
I think of the experiences, Miguel, I think of the experiences in the major leagues or the NFL, including the NBA, when we predict the good teams that, we are invested there, and then they get eliminated in the first round, does it consider you in this World Series that it can be anybody's ball game? Because I know Philadelphia's not predicting in this roster, but now I feel like it's anybody's ball game. Do you feel that way right now? Because the teams that were predicted, like Atlanta and LA, are no longer.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think?
We might get a World Series.
Are you expecting anybody's ball game? Are you expecting a surprise?
No, not really. Well, the only surprise that I expected was the last round only. But I guess we're gonna see a Phillies versus Astros rematch in the World Series.
Yeah.
And the Astros are. I hope the Phillies beat the Astros, because the Astros beat them last year, and I was actually going for. And I honestly did think that Houston was gonna beat Philly last year, which they did. And I hope this year, when those teams make it to the World Series, I hope they do. I hope the Phillies pull it off this time, not the Astros. And this is going to be the first time that the World Series, in years, ever had the same teams running it back again. First time since the Yankees and the Dodgers back in the 80s.
It's going to be interesting too, because I was expecting to be anybody's ball game, and sometimes when you go for anybody's ball game, that means sometimes it makes the series look interesting and fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now you have a different team coming in there.
Yep.
Sometimes it does get annoying when you see the same old team. Like I remember in 1999 from 2005, you saw the Yankees winning back to back.
Yeah, and who kicked their ass in the 2003 World Series?
Yeah. There you go.
Let's go, Marlins.
I think the main game that I did enjoy with the Yankees is when they went against the Mets, New York versus New York.
That was.
And honestly, a lot of people were invested in the Mets, because of Mike Piazza.
Yeah, Mike
That was
Piazza.
a former Dodger. And former Dodgers were jumping on the Mets bandwagon. Anything not try to make the Yankees win.
Yeah.
But, you know, the Yankees kept on pulling it, and I don't know. We were just getting tired of George Steinbrenner and the Yankees, you know.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom right quick.
Incident, so.
Alright, I'm back.
Well, so this is going to be some pretty interesting seasons, and tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow I'm just going to go see Eric Rowan, and I'm going to have a full-time work schedule that I'm freaking way behind. I probably am going to work over the weekend too. So if anything, yeah, I'll text you back for updates to see how free I'm going to be right now, because I know this schedule is going to be very crazy for me to work, and I know right now I'm doing it a little rest with meet and greets right now. So
yeah,
we'll see how everything turns out and everything.
Yep. But
yeah, first time I feel like I'm taking a rest from meet and greets. It feels it feels pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, it does, and I've been doing the same thing as well. And we were talking about.
Yeah, I've been nothing but work. I mean, you've been working full timing, right?
Yeah, I have. But we were talking about the MLB.
That's good, man.
Yeah, yeah, we were talking about the MLB. The Yankees, they've dominated most of the 2000s and in the late 90s. And I think when they played against the Mets in the World,
annoying, right?
yeah, and I think that year when they played against the Mets, the Marlins beat one of the greatest guys to ever play the game of baseball, Derek Jeter. I have so much respect for that guy. Love how the way he plays the game, and he's probably my GOAT of baseball of all time, Derek Jeter. Like, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yep. I remember it so well, man.
Who do you think is the greatest baseball player?
You know how much all of us were very annoyed with the Yankees taking every year, man, really.
Yeah.
It all even started with the San Diego Padres and beyond.
Well, the Padres never won a World Series.
Yeah.
And yep. And the Yankees, I mean, who do you think is the greatest baseball player that you've ever witnessed?
Yeah, that's a good question. question too,
Mine
even
is
though I'm not much of a Yankee fan.
mine is Derek Jeter.
I never kept up with their shit too.
No,
I mean,
not
I
greatest
always saw them
Yankee.
winning, you know.
Not greatest Yankee. Greatest baseball player.
Mm. Greatest baseball game they had?
No. Greatest player. Like, who do you think? Who did you like for watching play a lot?
Let's see. And that year, at that time I still enjoyed Piazza. I didn't need to be a Dodger fan to definitely like him, you know.
Yeah, I know you're an Angel fan, and I'm a Marlins fan, so yeah.
Yeah. As an Angel fan, I didn't want to definitely to be a bandwagon guy in the 90s, but I really was a Wade Bugs fan, even though that he's from my rival team, Boston Red Sox.
Yep,
Mr. Perfect's best friend.
Yep.
He was good.
Yeah, he was.
Wade Bugs was good, dude.
Wade Bucks was good.
Hall of Famer, everything. And best friends of Mr. Perfect, you know.
Yep. Wade Bucks. Yeah, and Derek Jeter will always be my favorite. Will always be the GOAT on my list.
Yeah. I'm just happy that Tim Salmon retired with a precious retirement gift. His first and only ring. So where is he gonna
go? Yep.
In 2004.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I gotta say. So I'm gonna unplug right now due to some little work, and I'm gonna check up on her and everything. And you want to say goodbye to the podcasters right now, and then
yes, I do. Well,
people,
thanks for joining us on MTG Podcast with Jose the Ocho, and me and Jose the Ocho finna sign out. Just enjoy the rest of your night. So good fight and good night.
Have a good game tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.